Our next guest, he is one of the greatest fighters in the history of the UFC. He is my friend. I love him. He is a two-time champ. He is. There he is. Look at him. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that smile, man. Look how happy. You make me happy just to see your face. Ladies and gentlemen, the legend, Daniel Cormier, DC. There he is, my guy. DC, what is up, man? Where are you? What are you doing right now?
What's up, Seth? I see you're doing big things and sitting in Rich's seat. My God, look at my guy leveling up out here. But guess where I'm at, Seth?
Where you at, dog?
I'm at the Saints facility in New Orleans, getting the grand tour. They just gave me and my son jerseys. They're hooking us up. And, hey, I just got that brand new, fresh, white Saints helmet. Oh. Look at this new alternate color rush helmet. Dude, it's the Bears ain't got it like that.
Well, we got an orange helmet, man. We haven't won a game with the orange helmets, but still we got an orange helmet, dog. We can do a white one. Let's do a white one.
The Bears ain't got it like we got it down here in New Orleans.
That's slick, man.
It is slick.
You're getting ready for this Saturday, right?
Yes, UFC 318 Poirier versus Holloway 3 for the BMF Championship live. Smoothie King Arena in New Orleans. First time we've been in New Orleans since 2015.
Whoa.
And Dustin Poirier is retiring this weekend as he fights for the BMF Championship.
This is so 10 years they haven't been in New Orleans. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild.
2015, I was supposed to headline a card in New Orleans against Ryan Bader, but then I ended up fighting for the belt. I won the belt, never got a chance to fight back here. Dustin Poirier gets an opportunity to have a fairy tale ending this weekend in New Orleans, where his fight career started.
That's so cool. He is one of the most respected fighters, Poirier. I'm talking about one of the most respected fighters in the game. Former champion, a legendary career. It's so cool for guys to be able to kind of go out on their own terms, right? To be able to just, this is it for me, to go out the way they want to go out. He's fighting, Holloway, who's a guy that he's had a great history with. They've had some killer fights. Is it one of those situations where, like, win, lose, or draw, like, it's good for him? Like, it doesn't even matter, like, the outcome? Or is he still, do you think you still got that, like, I want to knock this dude out? You know what I'm saying? Or is it just like, this is it. This is a nice swan song for me. What do you? I put yourself in his shoes and give me that take. What do you think?
So Dustin Poirier is in a situation where he got to kind of get the opportunity to come home and fight for a championship. His goals are solely to win this weekend. I asked him yesterday. I sat down with him for my YouTube channel and asked him, how do you deal with the love and respect knowing that you still have a fight to win this weekend? He goes, it's tough. He goes, because I'm not here to just get my roses. He wants to win. He wants to win. He wants to give these fans a lot to cheer about New Orleans. But he also recognizes the challenge ahead of him. Him and Max Holloway have now fought twice. Dustin won both fights. This is a trilogy, guys, that has spanned 13 years from fight 1 to fight 3. So if there was a person that you would want to see him in there with for a third time, this is the guy. But unfortunately, it's a very difficult fight because Max Holloway is a guy that holds the BMF championship and is still one of the greatest fighters in the world, with the idea that he's going to continue. So he's planning to play the spoiler. He goes, hey, I love that Dustin's getting all this respect. I respect Dustin. Unfortunately, I got to play the spoiler by coming into Louisiana and getting the job done. So hats off to Dustin, love and care for him, but he doesn't get that fairy tale that so few get in mixed martial arts.
Yeah, that's very interesting. That's an interesting dynamic you bring up because, Max is still in the game. Like, Dustin's going, hey, I'm out after this. I'm done, but Max is still in the game. So he's got a little bit extra on his plate. Like, he wants to be able to move up in the rankings. He still wants to be a champion, not just the BMF. He wants the title. He wants the main title. Yep. So that's a very interesting dynamic. I'm curious to see how that plays out from a motivation standpoint. When you had your last fight, did you know it was your last fight going in? Were you prepared in that way as well?
So for me, it was interesting because I was fighting for the heavyweight championship against Stipe Miocic in our third fight.
Yes.
I said that I was done before. Had I won, I don't know that they would have let me be done. Dana even today says that he thought I walked away so fast. I was like, boss, I was 41 years old fighting for the heavyweight title. I was done. It was like I barely got through my last training camp to get to the fight with Miocic. And you remember, it was right in the heart of COVID. The
Yeah.
world was changing. I built a gym in my garage to do my final training camp. It was a weird time that I retired, but I also knew that I was pretty much done physically. I think Stipe just beating me allowed for me to have the opportunity to walk away. Because the one thing that um, if Dana believed that I wasn't done yet, they would have tried to convince me with a lot of zeros to do it again. And me being a guy that come from no zeros, I probably would have said yes.
That's fair. So you have you ever you were at peace. You were ready for it.
Yes.
You were like, this is it. I'm good. I'm out. I'm gonna go be with my family and do my thing.
Yep. So I was at peace with it, knowing that I was done. I asked Dustin yesterday. I said, "Hey, how have you come to terms with it? How have you dealt with it? Are you okay making peace with knowing that you will not be the man in the arena anymore?" And he gave me this thoughtful answer, man. He said, "I don't know that I have done that yet." And it was very sad. It was very
Oh,
sad because he was he knows that he's done. And his daughter wrote him this great letter. "Dad, I'm so happy you're done with fighting." And he's having a son this year. And I said, "Have you come to terms?" And he goes, "I don't know that I've done that yet." And I could see in his eyes, it was like a little emotional because he's letting go of something that's defined him the entirety of his adult life, right? He's done fighting longer in his life than he hasn't.
yeah.
So for him, it's going to be, the end of a career is like a death. And I don't know that Dustin's taken an opportunity to process that yet.
Dude, when you said that about his daughter writing him a letter saying that she's happy, you almost got me. I almost,
Yeah.
I felt that. I got the the goosebumps, man. I almost had a
Yeah.
couple tears.
The rock
That almost
bumps.
got me. What happened to me? I'm a dad now. This happened.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? We
Yeah.
have daughters.
Woo,
We
yeah,
have daughters,
these-
and
these-
nothing means more than when your daughter tells you something special.
No, man. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's incredible. Oh, that's not so. Whew, all right. I gotta go a different direction now. I'm gonna start breaking down. That's incredible. That'll be curious for him how he processes that. All right, I need a little advice from you. All right.
Talk to me.
As a guy who went from the arena, being the man in the arena, to now being the man behind the microphone. All right.
Yes.
What were the biggest adjustments for you, or what was the hardest thing for you to learn going from being, the guy that everyone's talking about to being the guy who's doing all the talking about everybody else?
So I think you do a tremendous job already. And I've had you on my podcast a number of times. And one thing you have to learn to do is deal and prepare, even though all our preparation has been physical. That's one of the biggest changes, is knowing physical preparation as we have over the course of our entire life and applying that to this. So not only speaking of these people, using all the knowledge that you have stored and applying it to what you're talking about, but also making sure you study so much more to make sure you're prepared for the things that may change down the line. And just having confidence and having fun and realizing that you're blessed. We are blessed to have the opportunity for our words to not only impact people, but to have the ability to speak of all these great athletes. I mean, these athletes, you really gain an appreciation for them whenever you step outside of being the athlete. Because from when you were that guy, what it takes to get there, and you can appreciate it as the guy that did it, watching these young athletes do what they do in their career. But like I said, man, you're doing an amazing job now. That's why you're sitting in the seat you're sitting in right now. And I expect you to get just better and better as time goes on.
Ah, you're the man. You're too kind. Too kind, man. It's too kind. You know what? One thing I wanted to ask you about. I popped on your social media. I follow you on Instagram, so I just saw you're working with my boy Jason Khalipa.
Oh yeah, you know Jason?
I know Jason. I love Jason. Jason has been a huge friend of mine for years
Wow.
because I was big into CrossFit.
Yes,
For
yes.
years. I loved it. It was like my primary training modality. And Jason was a huge star in the CrossFit world, maybe 10, 15 years ago. And he's still, obviously he's still doing stuff with this. What are you doing with Jason? What is going on there?
I thought you were going to talk about my stolen truck.
Oh,
but,
no. Your truck
dude.
got stolen?
Bro, I went to call UFC 317, and when I got back to the airport, I'm walking up and down, and I'm like, I know I parked my truck right here. And I just kept looking and looking and looking. And finally, I walk up to the exit, the gate, and I press the button and I said, hey, they go, yes, can we help you? I go, I can't find my truck. I was like, it's gone. And then they finally, guys, it was a brand new truck, 4 days old.
Oh.
And I told them, they said, what's your VIN? I go, I have no idea. It's a brand new truck. And finally, they caught me coming in to the airport, got the VIN,
Yeah.
and they go, well, your truck left on Thursday night. And damn, I was like, well, I was in Vegas on Thursday.
No.
So somebody stole my truck.
Oh, no.
But yes, yeah, they stole my truck, man. It was crazy.
Did they?
But to Jason, I'm sorry. To Jason.
Okay, to Jason. Yeah. What are you doing with Jason? What's going on there?
Yes. 45 days for me to start working and doing stuff again physically. Because my whole life has been a coach telling me, go work out, train, get better, following goals my whole life. So, Seth, while the goals became working in broadcasting, I wouldn't train or do anything. For the first time in my life, since I was 15, I had a coach. I made my first United States world team in that age level. I've always had someone pushing me to train, and I always had goals that were so big. But when I didn't have them, I just sat around and started playing golf. I started gaining weight. I'm living life, man. And I was like, you know what? I got to start doing something more active, right? Because my son's going to be in 8th grade next year. He goes to high school in 2 years. I want to be able to wrestle with him. I want to be able to do things with him to try to help him along the way with his journey. So Jason reaches out. We start talking. He starts giving me a plan on how to work out for 45 days to rebuild the consistency that I had in my life once, where working out was just what I did.
Yeah.
And so we're in day 17 now. It's really good. I've lost some weight. I've been training, but I'm telling you, CrossFit guys are out of your mind with some of the stuff that you do. This dude is destroying me, bro.
Yeah, dude. Jason's a wild man. He's a wild man. I love him. He's a good dude. That's great. I'm glad you're reprioritizing your physical health. That's a good thing. It's so easy. So easy to just take your foot off the gas pedal and eat pizza every night and cookies. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
yes, it is.
What a life, you know? What a life. All right, I got one last question for you. I want to ask this, and I thought about this. What do you think made you a champion? What set you apart?
Yeah.
There are a lot of elite level competitors.
Yep.
In the world, in your world, in my world, in all of sports, there are very few champions, guys that are just at a different level. What do you think it is that set you apart from the elite, that made you like the best of the best? What was it that did that for you?
So I think when I realized that I was a little different when after high school and college, I made the Olympic team. When there were only 7 wrestlers in the whole country that got to go represent the country. Those 7 guys have a different mentality. So a lot of the things that made me great in real life aren't the best qualities. You got to be selfish, unbelievably selfish, because you got to prioritize those goals in order to reach them. And you got to have this undying belief in self and the willingness to work to go accomplish all those goals that you believe are out there, right? So I had to be selfish at times. And as you get out of that life, you got to realize that you got a lot of making up to do for all the times that you were selfish. And then you got to work as hard as anyone, man. People say it's cliche to say hard work and all this, but it works. You know, hard work actually just works. If you work hard, most times you're successful. It doesn't make you the best in the world, no. But it gives you an opportunity to be the best in the world. So, and I was a bit lucky, but you're only lucky whenever preparation meets an opportunity. So a little bit of luck, some hard work, and a real belief that I could be the best. Like, I never doubted that I could be the best. So I just kept working at it. And one day, you're standing in the middle of an octagon with a belt wrapped around your waist by Dana White, and you're a world champion. And if you don't get there, at least you'll give yourself an opportunity to dream, right? Everybody should get a chance to dream. But you can't dream and hope that dream becomes a reality if you don't really apply yourself to that dream and live for that dream.
I love it. I love it. I love the mindset of elite champions, man. It's fascinates me. Fascinates me. All right. So we got the show this Saturday, UFC. What number? I've lost track of the number.
318. It's so we do them all the time. There are so many.
318.
I even asked that.
318. Dustin Poirier's final fight for the BMF title. 5-round main event against Max Holloway. The trilogy. You said 13 years. 13
years in the making.
Yep. It's going to be a hell of a fight. I know I'm going to tune in to watch it. You got any predictions? What's your prediction?
Dude, that's what's the beauty in my job as a commentator? I can't predict fights. So it keeps me on the good side of a lot of fighters, because when I didn't have to not pick, everybody was mad at me. So I just can predict that it's going to be a barn burner down on the bayou.
You know it. I'm excited for it, man. Good luck with that. Thank you for stopping by. Good luck with, if you talk to Jason before I do, tell him I said hello. Here he is, man. DC1. I can't believe we did this on I got to interview you for the first time ever, man.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
Thank you for coming on and being a part of it. We appreciate it, man. Thank you.
You're the man, Seth. You're the man.
You are.
Later, guys.
Double champ, DC, man. I love it. Yeah. God, he rocks, dude.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.